Thank you all for joining us this afternoon. I'm Tim Parnan, Vice President of Digital Technology. We're thrilled to host the Google Art and Culture event at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and represent the vibrant city of Cleveland at this exciting kickoff. It's an honor to be featured as one of the 18 world-class Cleveland institutions, peers of ours who we respect, and bring the city's robust culture online. Since we opened our doors, we've welcomed more than 13 million visitors on site. We can't wait to give others around the globe the ability to experience our exhibits, our collections virtually, and the digital treasures of our peers. So with that, I thank you. I'd like to give a special thanks to Syria and Marie from Google and our internal staff for helping orchestrate this event and this content. But a big thank you from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'd like to introduce Wendy Stewart from Google. Cheers, thank you.
Good evening, everyone. You got to take advantage of an opportunity to come in with Jay-Z. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I'm like, give me Jay-Z. And that's what they had. So I'm glad y'all enjoyed. Again, welcome and good afternoon. My name is Winton Stewart, and I am Google's Head of External Affairs here in Ohio. I'm so glad to be here with you all this evening. It is an honor and a privilege for us to be here on behalf of our partners and all the folks who worked extremely hard to make this day possible. So I'm going to start off with thanking those folks. And so bear with me here because there are a couple folks I definitely want to give a shout out to. And first I will start with Tim Parnan, who just left the stage, who's here representing the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. This building has become synonymous with Cleveland, Tim. So thank you for your leadership. Thank you for all that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame does for the community here. We look forward to continuing to partner with you. And this isn't the last event. This is just the first event. So thank you, Tim. Next, I'd like to give a big thank you to my brother and friend, Mayor Justin Bibb over here, Cleveland's fearless leader. It is an honor to be a part of your legacy of leadership here in Cleveland. As soon as I heard about this project, I knew this was something I had to bring your team's attention because I've known Mayor Bibb before he was Mayor Bibb, and this was, part of what I knew he wanted folks to know about Cleveland. There is more than just the Browns and the Cavaliers. There's awesome, art scene. There's an awesome culture scene that the world needs to be exposed to. So thank you for believing in this plan and in this partnership, and thank you for your leadership. Next, I would like to thank the partners, the reason why we're here, the reason why this is all possible. Please, can we just give the partners a big clap? Give it up for the partners. 18 of you all took the leap with us to start what I know will grow into something, over the years that becomes bigger and bigger. This bottom half of the board will be full with more organizations I know that will be involved in this work. And so thank you all for your commitment thus far. And I look forward to continuing this journey with you all. And lastly, I would like to thank Destination Cleveland for helping to create some of these stories being told tonight, and the Cleveland Orchestra for guiding our storytelling for these amazing artists here in Cleveland. Next, I'd like to take a couple of moments, and then I'll be done here talking about the work that Google does in Ohio. Google is proud to call Ohio home, where we employ over 200 Ohioans, support many community projects, and have 3 data centers, mostly in the Columbus area. In 2021, Google drove over $12 billion in economic activity for tens of thousands of Ohio businesses, nonprofits, and others. We have helped train over 180,000 Ohioans in critical digital skills and have provided over $15 million in free advertising to Ohio nonprofits. As much as we appreciate expanding in this area, we are equally dedicated to being a good partner in the communities we call home. So partnering with the 18 organizations here is a top priority for us at Google, and to bring these 80-plus stories to life will help those beyond the city limits celebrate the city's cultural DNA as, of course, an industrial giant, but also a city with cultural refinement. So on that note, I want to keep the talking to a minimum because I want a reception longer, right? And so I'm going to introduce Mayor Bibb now, and let's give it up for our fearless leader here in Cleveland.
Thank you, Winton, for coming back to the land and for bringing Google to the great city of Cleveland. And I'm really excited about this project. Cleveland has a rich and amazing history of culture and arts, but I think an even brighter and better future when it comes to arts and culture. And when I talk to friends from across the country, a lot of them are surprised at our rich legacy of arts and culture. Think about the fact that we are home to the first black theater in the United States. We are home to the third best orchestra in the world right here in Cleveland. We birthed some of the greats, from Bone Thugs and Harmony to Drew Carey to MGK to Steve Harvey, Halle Berry. That's the Cleveland legacy. And so to have Google help power our story, not just across the state, but the whole world, is something I'm excited about as mayor. And we're putting our money where our mouth is as well, too, as an administration. We're putting real dollars to really elevate public arts all across the city. Because I believe arts can be used to heal racial divisions, arts can be used to bridge the political divide, and arts can be used to bring back Cleveland to its promise as a truly great world-class city. So again, thanks so much for investing in Cleveland, to the Google family, and I got a lot of land on the east side. So if you need a data center, come up north to Cleveland, okay? Thanks so much.
Hello, this is so exciting. Congratulations to all the Cleveland communities and Google Arts and Culture. In 2019, the CMA launched its comprehensive open access plan, making over half of its collection available to the world. This was a natural outgrowth of CMA's inclusive mission to create transformative experiences for the benefit of all forever. In 2022, this past summer, with our recent strategic plan entitled For the Benefit of All the People, we were pushing multiple innovative initiatives and to collaborate with multiple organizations. And so one of these goals were actually to make sure that our collection is part of many different platforms, in fact, 100 platforms. So while the CMA's stellar digital innovation and technology team works towards these 100 platforms, we are thrilled that we are included in Google Arts and Culture as part of our initiative, but also part of a Cleveland initiative. We are happy to share this space with the amazing community institutions and Google Art and Culture, a name that for many is synonymous with information and learning and innovation, and we're happy to help share the richness of Cleveland's cultural landscape with a wider audience. I feel privileged to share this moment of community and partnership with you. Many thanks to the Google Arts and Culture team who worked to launch this vibrant peek into Cleveland, and we look forward to growing the Cleveland Museum of Art's digital initiatives and offerings in the future on this platform. And so thank you very much, and I'd like to welcome to the stage Andrea Hoy from the Cleveland Orchestra.
Wow, Great Balls of Fire, that's a good one. Good afternoon, I'm Andrea Hoy. I'm the archivist for the Cleveland Orchestra, and we are so excited to be here. Thank you, Jane, for the introduction. And on behalf of our orchestra colleagues, the musicians, and our staff colleagues, we're just thrilled to be a part of Google Arts and Culture's Cleveland edition, and amongst these stellar community arts, culture, and humanities organizations. Education has been a priority for the Cleveland Orchestra since we were founded over 100 years ago, and this project truly supports those goals. As a steward and keeper of history, I'm also a storyteller. And in that role, I'm really excited that we're able to provide greater access for free to the Cleveland Orchestra story, some of our archival materials, and our history. Today's digital world, as many people have been talking about today already, requires a really broad digital vision. And for the Cleveland Orchestra, we really would like to fully utilize this power of technology to deepen the experience for Cleveland Orchestra fans and augment our other digital efforts. These efforts aspire to create an online community. I'm going to give a plug for our new platform, Adela, which we're creating a digital home for symphonic music lovers and Cleveland Orchestra fans. And this really augments that platform. The Cleveland Orchestra's mission is to inspire and enrich lives through musical experiences at the highest level of excellence, and this partnership goes hand in hand with our mission. We hope that the Cleveland Orchestra's content piques your curiosity and inspires you to visit us in person, either at Severance or Blossom Music Center, and we hope to see you at a concert soon, and thank you very much to Google. To the stage now is Surya Tubak from Google Arts and Culture.
A great Ohio band, Devo. Hi everyone, my name is Surya and I'm the US lead for Google Arts and Culture. And I'm here today because I have had the distinct honor of spending the last year and a half or so working super closely with these 18 incredible partners in the city to help them digitize their collections and bring these stories online to really share what's so incredible about Cleveland's culture with the world. And that's what I am so excited to share with you today. 18 partners, over 85 stories, 37,000 artworks and artifacts, by far the largest US city program on the platform, all brought together in one place, on one page, for anyone to explore. And so I just want to take a moment before we go any further to thank our partners, each and one individually. Thank you to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, our gracious host. Thank you to the Cleveland Museum of Art for being a wonderful partner in sharing your open access collection, and for the remarks by Jane Alexander, Chief Digital Information Officer, just now. Thank you to the Cleveland Orchestra and to Karamu House and Theater, the Cleveland Public Library, Cleveland Cultural Gardens. Thank you to the Baseball Heritage Museum and the Cleveland Asian Festival, the Cleveland Museum of Natural History, the Cleveland Institute of Art, Julia de Burgos Cultural Center, A Christmas Story House, Front International and Transformer Station, the Museum of Contemporary Art Cleveland, the Akron Art Museum, Ohio History Connection, and Destination Cleveland. That's a lot of people who've come together to celebrate this city. So thank you. We're grateful, really, to each and every one of you. And before I move on to show you the project that we're all here to celebrate, I just want to share a few words about Google Arts and Culture in case you're like, who are you and why are you here? So we started at Google 10 years ago, our team, with an idea to make the world's cultures and arts available to anyone with an internet connection for free, which is what we've been doing for the last 10 years, working with this set of storytelling and digitization tools to share the collections of over 3,000 partners in 85 countries. And that's what we've been doing in Cleveland as part of our mission to really share and celebrate the kaleidoscope of American culture. It's working with partners to help them bring their collections on the platform, digitize their spaces with Street View, and helping them curate these collections into just these beautiful, immersive, and incredibly celebratory stories of the city's history and culture. And so, without further ado, I'm going to walk you through the page itself. So, here we have Created in Cleveland. And starting with an illustration from a local illustrator, which we're super, super excited to work with. And so I'll walk you through the page. I won't be able to click on everything, of course, because there are a lot of rabbit holes you can go down. But you'll see it's divided into 4 chapters: Contemporary Communities and Neighborhoods, Heritage and History, Visual Arts, and Performing Arts. Through these chapters, you really get a sense of the city's industrial grit and cultural refinement. And so the cool thing about this page, I think, is that it's accessible, right? You can be a longtime Clevelander, or you can be someone who's never been, curious about visiting, and you'll find ways to engage and learn. For example, I loved learning about the Cleveland Asian Festival. I didn't know that it was one of the largest Asian festivals in the country. That's pretty amazing. And I also loved learning about the city's Latino community with Julia de Burgos Cultural Center. Of course, the food section is always a favorite. We worked with a local food writer, Lisa Sands, to really highlight the spots that are obvious, and then the ones, hopefully, that are more hidden gems that you might not know about. And of course, you can't talk about Cleveland without talking about sports. So huge shout out to our sports writer and the Baseball Heritage Museum for telling those stories. So scrolling quickly through here, as much as I'd love to click on everything, you're just going to have to go check it out yourself, because there are a lot of good rabbit holes to go down. But I'll stop here for a moment to celebrate the arts collections. I've been really blown away by the arts community in this city, from the Cleveland Museum of Art's incredible open access collection, to the Museum of Contemporary Art, free programming with Front Triennial, and the Cleveland Institute of Art, which is really doing an amazing job investing in young creatives in the city. This is a great story about their history and how they got started. And so zooming through quickly here and diving into the industrial age, I thought Destination Cleveland did a really cool job connecting the past, the city's industrial history, including the Federal Art Project, to the way that the city is really a thriving contemporary hub today and how that continues to grow, with things like steel mills and the Federal Art Project here all being tied together. And of course, can't talk about Cleveland without talking about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's some amazing stories spotlighting, the biggest names in music, but my personal favorite are stories about Ohio bands, including Devo, of course. And I did buy a Devo t-shirt in the gift shop earlier, so I think I might be going through a phase. But what's cool is you can really get a glimpse into their archives and really listen to some of their music and sort of get a bigger picture of all these incredible musicians. And staying with the performing arts, spotlighting Karamu House, the oldest black theater in the U.S., as Mayor Bibb mentioned. Pretty incredible. And of course, the iconic Cleveland Orchestra. So this is just a small scratch on the surface of what you can find out, what you can learn on this page. And so you're really going to have to check it out for yourself. But we hope it keeps growing. As Winton mentioned, we want the next time we're up here to this to be full of logos. So we hope in the coming weeks, coming months, years, that Cleveland organizations continue to join the platform. So thank you for celebrating this amazing city with us. And Winton, I just want to welcome you back to the stage for final remarks.
For that presentation. I think that you can all see, and I was sitting next to the mayor, and both him and I were just wowed by all of the content that exists on this site. I think that whether you're in Japan or London or in Chicago, where I live, you can see what's happening in Cleveland, what all Cleveland has to offer before you come and visit, whether it be friends, family, or for a game. I'm really excited about how this exposes all of the different aspects of Cleveland. And so thank you to all the partners once again. And I'd just like to note in my closing remarks that there is a reception on the 3rd floor. We've made sure to keep this program short so that we can network and reception long. We've got some light appetizers and some drinks. And I hope some business cards get passed, some LinkedIns get scanned, and some numbers get exchanged, because I think there's a lot of community here that we can build on in this room. Thank you again for coming, and I look forward to seeing you at the reception.